The vast desert landscape symbolizes the initial state of unconsciousness. Wind swirling in spirals represents ancient teachings. The desert's emptiness highlights the potential for transformation through knowledge. Hermetic symbols and planetary sigils engraved on stone walls represent the alchemical process. The alchemical process involves transformation and refinement, symbolized by the arrangement of symbols. A flame lit on a brass altar symbolizes the inner transformation central to alchemy. Ancient vials containing the fundamental alchemical ingredients gold, mercury, and saltire essential to the great work. The Philosopher's Stone is visualized as the catalyst for the transmutation of base metals into gold. The alchemical process involves transforming lead, a base metal, into gold, a noble metal. The great work aims to achieve the perfection and purification of matter through alchemical processes. Solvit coagula symbolizes the alchemical process of dissolving a substance into its basic elements and then recombining them into a new form. The concept of solve et coagula is central to the alchemical pursuit of transformation and perfection. Alchemists like Paracelsus, Hermes Trismegistus, and Agrippa explored solve coagula in their pursuit of understanding the natural world. Solve et coagula involves breaking down existing structures to reveal fundamental components. The recombination phase of solve et coagula involves assembling these fundamental components into a new, more refined structure. A transparent human form illuminates from within, symbolizing the body as a sacred temple. The spine transforms into a golden caduceus, representing healing and the flow of vital energy. Chakras ignite like stars, visualizing energy centers and spiritual awakening. Breath cycles fuel the Kundalini flame, symbolizing the awakening of inner potential. Alchemists convene around a central flame, each representing a fundamental element. The sword symbolizes air, representing intellect and the power of thought. The chalice symbolizes water, embodying emotions and intuition. The wand symbolizes fire, representing will and transformation. The pentacle symbolizes earth, representing stability and the material world. The arrangement of alchemists and their symbols creates a balanced representation of elemental forces. A cosmic egg, suspended in the void, pulsates with internal light. Cracks form across the surface of the egg, hinting at the emergence of life. A phoenix stirs within the egg, its presence causing the cracks to widen. The cosmic egg bursts open, releasing a surge of light and fire. Ego dissolution is visually represented as being consumed by flames. Grief transforms into golden dust, symbolizing emotional transmutation. Joy manifests as an explosion of fractal sacred geometry. Masculine and feminine energies merge into a radiant being. Meditation allows one to find inner peace and focus amidst external chaos. Inner serenity can be visualized as a radiant flame burning steadily within. Opening one's eyes after meditation reveals a world perceived with renewed clarity and calm. Galaxies form a cosmic infinity symbol, representing the boundless nature of the universe. A radiant being ascends into pure light, symbolizing transcendence and the dissolution of form. The dissolution into light signifies a return to the source, becoming one with everything. Light cascades into a crystalline pool, symbolizing purity and enlightenment. Symbols from diverse traditions represent the interconnectedness of spiritual wisdom. The act of drinking the light signifies the absorption of knowledge and spiritual awakening. A heart carved from rose quartz pulses rhythmically in an infinite black void. With each pulse, tiny flames ignite, illuminating the heart's intricate details. These flames expand outward, coalescing to form a radiant golden lotus. The golden lotus envelops everything, symbolizing the heart's all-encompassing power. Base metals are symbolically used to represent the initial, unrefined state of consciousness. The symbolic representation emphasizes the potential for transformation and refinement inherent in these initial states. Each base metal embodies specific characteristics associated with unrefined aspects of the psyche. Gold is symbolically associated with enlightenment. The properties of gold, such as its purity and incorruptibility, mirror the qualities of an enlightened state. Gold's radiant glow represents the inner light and wisdom gained through enlightenment. The Emerald Tablet is a compact and cryptic Hermetic text that encapsulates the principles of alchemy and the interconnectedness of all things. Its core tenet asserts, "That which is below corresponds to that which is above, and that which is above corresponds to that which is below, reflecting a universal harmony. The tablet describes a process by which the one thing, prima materia, can be transformed into all things, a central concept in alchemical transmutation. This transformation requires understanding the hidden forces within nature and mastering the art of separation and recombination. Hermetic symbols are visual representations of ancient philosophical and spiritual concepts. The caduceus represents balance, duality, and the interconnectedness of opposing forces. The Ouroboros symbolizes cyclicality, eternity, and the continuous renewal of life. Alchemical symbols represent elements and processes involved in spiritual transformation. These symbols are often used to convey complex ideas about the nature of reality and the human condition. Sublimation is the process where a solid transitions directly into a gaseous state without passing through a liquid phase. Distillation involves boiling a liquid mixture and then condensing the vapor to separate components based on different boiling points. Alchemists used sublimation to purify substances and extract their spirit or essence. Distillation was crucial for creating potent elixirs and isolating essential oils in alchemical practice. The Philosopher's Stone is a legendary alchemical substance believed to transmute base metals into gold. Symbolically, the stone represents perfection, enlightenment, and immortality. Alchemists sought the stone not only for material wealth, but also for spiritual transformation. Solve et coagula represents a fundamental alchemical process of breaking down and reassembling matter. The solve stage involves dissolution and analysis, reducing a substance to its essential elements. The coagula stage involves recombination and synthesis, forming a new, purified substance. This cyclical process of separation and reunification is essential for transformation and purification. The caduceus is a symbol featuring two snakes entwined around a winged staff. In inner alchemy, the snakes represent the dualistic forces within the human body. The staff symbolizes the central channel through which these forces are balanced and integrated. The wings represent the potential for spiritual ascension and enlightenment. Chakras are energy centers within the human body. Each chakra corresponds to specific aspects of physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Chakra activation involves balancing and harmonizing the energy flow within each center. Visualizing chakra activation can aid in meditation and energy work. Kundalini energy is often depicted as a dormant, coiled serpent at the base of the spine. The awakening of Kundalini is visualized as this energy ascending through the body's energy centers. As Kundalini rises, it is believed to activate higher states of consciousness and spiritual awareness. Sacred geometry involves the recognition of universal patterns and proportions in natural forms and architectural designs. These geometric patterns are often associated with spiritual beliefs and are thought to reflect the underlying structure of the universe. The use of sacred geometry can facilitate personal transformation by aligning individuals with these universal patterns. Visual representations of sacred geometry often incorporate complex symmetries and repeating motifs. The Ouroboros is an ancient symbol depicting a serpent or dragon eating its own tail. It represents the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth, continuous renewal, and infinity. The Ouroboros symbolizes the interconnectedness of beginnings and endings, illustrating that one phase inevitably leads to the next. In alchemy, the Ouroboros embodies the concept of self-sufficiency and the unity of all things. The phoenix is a mythological bird that cyclically regenerates or is otherwise born again. Associated with the sun, the phoenix obtains new life by arising from the ashes of its predecessor. Symbolically, the phoenix represents renewal, immortality, and resurrection. The cosmic egg is a mythological motif representing the origin of the universe. Symbolically, the cosmic egg contains the potential for all creation. Different cultures interpret the cosmic egg as the source of gods, life, and the cosmos. The alchemical transformation of lead into gold represents a symbolic process of purification and perfection. This transformation embodies the pursuit of enlightenment and the refinement of the soul. Alchemists view this process as a metaphor for spiritual growth and inner change. The transmutation of base metals into gold symbolizes the potential for achieving higher states of being. The ego can be visually represented as a dense, dark form. Transformation involves the gradual dissolution of this dense form. As the ego dissolves, it transforms into radiant light. The final state is pure, unadulterated light, representing the absence of ego. Grief can be conceptualized as a heavy, dark substance. Through processing and time, this initial darkness can be alchemically transformed. The transformation process yields a refined, valuable outcome, symbolized by gold. This alchemical process represents the conversion of grief into positive attributes, such as resilience and wisdom. Joy can be visually transformed into sacred geometric patterns. This transformation represents the expansion and structuring of joy into complex forms. Sacred geometry provides a visual metaphor for the inherent harmony and balance within joy. Masculine and feminine energies represent complementary aspects of existence. The union of masculine and feminine principles fosters balance and creation. This union symbolizes harmony, growth, and the potential for new beginnings. The inner flame symbolizes a potent catalyst for personal transformation. This inner flame represents the core of one's potential, driving growth and change. The flame's intensity signifies the strength and resilience required for overcoming challenges. Visualizing the inner flame can inspire individuals to embrace change and unlock their hidden capabilities. Meditation serves as a transformative tool for inner alchemy in the modern world. Through focused attention, meditation transmutes mental clutter into clarity and focus. Regular meditation practice cultivates emotional resilience and inner peace. Meditation enhances self-awareness, fostering a deeper understanding of one's thoughts and emotions. The eye of the storm represents a state of calm and clarity amidst surrounding chaos. Maintaining inner peace involves focusing on the calm center rather than being consumed by external turmoil. This concept emphasizes the ability to remain grounded and centered despite external pressures and challenges. The Hermetic principle, as above, so below, posits a correspondence between different levels of existence. This principle suggests that patterns and structures are mirrored across macrocosmic and microcosmic scales. Understanding one level of existence can provide insight into others, revealing universal truths. The as above, so below principle implies a holistic interconnectedness within the universe. Alchemy of the soul involves a transformative process, analogous to physical alchemy, focusing on inner purification and spiritual growth. The initial stage involves confronting and dissolving negative emotions and limiting beliefs, symbolized by breaking down dark, chaotic forms. Purification refines the soul, removing impurities and revealing its inherent potential for wisdom and compassion. Integration unites the refined aspects of the soul, creating a harmonious and balanced inner state. The final stage manifests as enhanced self-awareness, inner peace, and a deeper connection to the universe. Ancient alchemy sought to transform base metals into noble metals like gold through various processes. Alchemists employed a range of tools and apparatus, including alembics, retorts, and distillation equipment. Symbolism played a crucial role in alchemic practices, with each element and process represented by specific symbols. The Philosopher's Stone, a legendary substance, was believed to hold the key to transmutation and immortality. Renaissance alchemy involved a combination of philosophical, spiritual, and practical laboratory techniques. Alchemists used various tools and apparatus, including alembics, retorts, and crucibles, to perform experiments. The process of distillation was central to alchemical practices, used to purify and transform substances. Alchemists sought to transmute base metals into gold, believing that all matter was composed of the same fundamental elements. Alchemical symbols and diagrams were used to represent substances, processes, and philosophical concepts. The great work in alchemy refers to the process of transmutation and spiritual transformation. It involves transmuting base metals into noble metals, symbolizing the purification of the soul. The great work is achieved through a combination of laboratory processes and inner spiritual development. The ultimate goal is to achieve enlightenment and union with the divine. Spiritual transformation involves a fundamental change in an individual's beliefs, values, and understanding of themselves and the world. This process often entails letting go of old patterns, embracing new perspectives, and developing a deeper sense of purpose and connection. Key elements of spiritual transformation include self-reflection, mindfulness, and the cultivation of compassion and empathy. The journey of spiritual transformation can lead to increased inner peace, resilience, and a greater sense of meaning in life. Consciousness can be visualized as an expanding sphere, representing the growth of awareness and understanding. Expansion of consciousness involves integrating new information and perspectives, leading to a more comprehensive worldview. Visualizing consciousness expansion helps to conceptualize abstract ideas and promote deeper introspection. Divine awareness represents a state of heightened perception and understanding. This state transcends ordinary sensory input, accessing deeper levels of knowledge. Divine awareness involves a profound connection to universal consciousness. It is characterized by clarity, insight, and a sense of unity with all existence. The path to enlightenment is a transformative journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening. Key stages involve overcoming ignorance, cultivating wisdom, and realizing inner peace. Meditation and mindfulness practices are essential tools for navigating this path. Enlightenment is characterized by clarity, compassion, and a deep understanding of reality. Breath serves as a fundamental tool for personal transformation and well-being. Conscious breathing techniques can regulate the nervous system, promoting relaxation and reducing stress. Focused breathwork enhances mindfulness, connecting the mind and body in the present moment. Consistent breath practice cultivates emotional resilience and inner stability. The human body can be visualized as a crucible, a vessel for profound transformation. This metaphor highlights the body's capacity to endure and facilitate change at a cellular and systemic level. The crucible concept underscores the body's role in converting inputs into outputs, mirroring chemical reactions and energy conversions. The body, like a crucible, is subject to intense conditions, necessitating resilience and adaptive mechanisms. The soul can be metaphorically represented as an alchemist, actively transforming inner states. This alchemical process involves refining base emotions into higher states of consciousness. Through introspection and self-awareness, the soul transmutes negative experiences into wisdom and growth. The alchemical soul seeks to achieve inner harmony and balance through continuous self-improvement. Intention serves as the initial catalyst for transformation, setting the direction and defining the desired outcome. Transformation involves a process of change, guided by intention, that alters the form, nature, or function of an entity. The strength and clarity of intention directly influence the efficiency and effectiveness of the transformation process. Without clear intention, transformation may be random, undirected, and potentially undesirable. Compassion is a profound emotion characterized by empathy and a desire to alleviate suffering. Suffering, represented by cold, sharp imagery, is gradually transformed by the warmth of compassion. Compassion acts as a transformative force, metaphorically depicted as the final fire that purifies and heals. This transformative process results in a state of peace and well-being, visually represented by harmonious colors and balanced forms. The ultimate outcome is the alleviation of suffering and the restoration of emotional equilibrium. The Ankh is an ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic symbol representing life. Visually, the Ankh combines a T shape, representing the female genitalia, Isis, with an oval loop above, symbolizing the male genitalia, Osiris. The Ankh symbolizes the union of opposites and the creation of new life. In ancient Egyptian art, gods and pharaohs are often depicted holding the Ankh, signifying their power over life and death. The Ankh was also used as an amulet, believed to grant the wearer vitality and protection. The Ankh's enduring presence in art and culture demonstrates its profound significance as a symbol of eternal life and regeneration. The lotus flower is a symbol of purity, enlightenment, self-regeneration, and rebirth. In various cultures, the lotus represents spiritual awakening and detachment from worldly desires. The lotus' ability to emerge from muddy water symbolizes rising above adversity and achieving inner peace. Different colors of the lotus flower carry distinct symbolic meanings, such as purity, white, compassion, pink, and spiritual ascent, blue. The tree of life is a widespread symbol representing interconnectedness, growth, and the cyclical nature of existence. Roots symbolize origins, stability, and connection to the earth, while branches represent growth, expansion, and reaching for higher consciousness. The trunk serves as the central axis, linking the earthly and spiritual realms, representing individual strength and resilience. Leaves often represent fertility, renewal, and the continuous cycle of life and death. Fruits and seeds symbolize potential, abundance, and the continuation of life through future generations. Different cultures and traditions interpret the Tree of Life with unique variations, yet the core themes of connection and growth remain consistent. The sword is a multifaceted symbol, often associated with power, authority, and justice. Historically, the sword has represented both protection and aggression, embodying the duality of defense and offense. In many cultures, the sword symbolizes courage, honor, and the warrior spirit. The sharpness of the blade can also symbolize discernment, clarity of thought, and the ability to cut through falsehoods. The chalice is a symbol often associated with concepts of containment, nourishment, and the sacred. In various traditions, the chalice represents the feminine principle, receptivity, and the womb. The chalice can also symbolize the Holy Grail, representing spiritual quest and enlightenment. Alchemically, the chalice signifies the vessel in which transformation and purification occur. The wand is a symbolic object, often associated with power, authority, and transformation. Historically, wands have been used in various cultures to represent magical abilities and connection to the supernatural. In modern contexts, the wand can symbolize creativity, inspiration, and the ability to influence outcomes. The wand's design often incorporates specific materials and embellishments to enhance its symbolic meaning. The pentacle is a five-pointed star, enclosed in a circle, often used as a symbol of faith or magic. Each point of the pentacle traditionally represents one of the five elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. The circle surrounding the pentacle symbolizes wholeness, unity, and the cyclical nature of existence. The pentacle serves as a visual representation of interconnectedness and the balance between the physical and spiritual realms. Alchemy, traditionally associated with transforming base metals into gold, finds a parallel in nature's transformative processes. Decomposition and decay are alchemical processes where complex organic matter breaks down into simpler substances, enriching the soil. Photosynthesis is a natural alchemical process where light energy transforms carbon dioxide and water into glucose, fueling plant life. The water cycle exemplifies natural alchemy, transforming water through evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Mineral formation is a slow alchemical process where elements combine under pressure and heat to create crystals and gemstones. The cosmos can be viewed as a vast alchemical vessel, undergoing continuous transformation and refinement. Stars represent crucibles where elements are forged through nuclear fusion, transmuting lighter elements into heavier ones. Supernova explosions disperse newly created elements into the universe, seeding new stellar systems with the building blocks of life. Planetary formation involves the condensation and combination of cosmic dust and gas, forming diverse celestial bodies. The cyclical nature of cosmic alchemy ensures the continuous creation, destruction, and regeneration of matter and energy. The human body can be viewed as an alchemical laboratory, transforming substances through complex biological processes. Digestion, respiration, and metabolism are key alchemical processes that convert raw materials into energy and building blocks. Enzymes act as catalysts, accelerating biochemical reactions and facilitating the transmutation of substances within the body. The liver plays a crucial role in detoxification, filtering harmful substances and transforming them into less toxic forms. Hormones act as messengers, transmitting signals and regulating various physiological processes, akin to alchemical elixirs. The balance and harmony of these processes are essential for maintaining health and well-being, reflecting the alchemical pursuit of perfection. The alchemical process, metaphorically, represents psychological transformation and self-discovery within the mind. Initial psychological states undergo a metaphorical nigredo or blackening, symbolizing the confrontation with shadow aspects of the self. Through introspection and analysis, the albedo or whitening phase emerges, representing purification and clarity of thought. The citrinitas or yellowing phase signifies the integration of insights and the emergence of wisdom. Finally, the rubedo or reddening phase represents the culmination of the process, wholeness, integration, and the realization of the true self. This transformative journey results in a balanced and integrated psyche. Alchemy, traditionally focused on transforming base metals into gold, can be metaphorically applied to societal transformation. The nigredo stage, representing decomposition and purification, mirrors society confronting its problems and injustices. The albedo stage, symbolizing cleansing, reflects societal reforms and the pursuit of justice and equality. The rubedo stage, representing integration and wholeness, embodies a society achieving balance and harmony. Through continuous refinement, society can metaphorically transform itself into a more equitable and prosperous state, akin to the alchemists' gold. Alchemy is an ancient philosophical and proto-scientific tradition practiced throughout Europe, Africa, and Asia. It aimed to purify, mature, and perfect certain objects, often leading to the transmutation of base metals into noble metals like gold. Key objectives included creating the Philosopher's Stone, an elixir of immortality, and discovering universal solvents. Alchemical practices involved a combination of chemistry, metallurgy, physics, medicine, astrology, mysticism, spiritualism, and art. Alchemy significantly influenced the development of modern chemistry and medicine. Alchemy's history is populated by key figures who advanced its theories and practices. Figures like Nicholas Flamel are renowned for their purported success in transmuting base metals into gold. Paracelsus significantly contributed to alchemy's integration with medicine, emphasizing the preparation of medicinal elixirs. Isaac Newton, though famous for physics, also dedicated significant time to alchemical studies and experimentation. Alchemy is an ancient philosophical and proto-scientific tradition aiming to purify, mature, and perfect certain objects. Historically, alchemy sought the transmutation of base metals into noble metals like gold and the discovery of a universal elixir. Beyond material transformations, alchemy often embodies a spiritual process of inner purification and enlightenment. Alchemical symbols and processes are frequently interpreted as metaphors for psychological and spiritual development. The alchemist's pursuit of transformation mirrors the spiritual seeker's journey towards self-realization and union with the divine. Alchemy, historically, sought to transform base metals into gold and discover a universal elixir, mirroring psychology's quest for mental transformation and healing. Carl Jung identified alchemical symbolism as a representation of the individuation process, where the self integrates conscious and unconscious elements. Alchemical stages like nigredo, blackening, and albedo, whitening, parallel psychological phases of confronting the shadow self and achieving purification. The alchemical philosopher's stone, capable of transmutation, can be seen as analogous to the psychological process of achieving wholeness and self-realization. Both alchemy and psychology emphasize the importance of understanding inner processes to achieve transformation, whether of matter or mind. Alchemy laid the groundwork for modern chemistry through experimentation and observation. Alchemical pursuits, such as transmutation, spurred the discovery of elements and chemical reactions. Early alchemists developed laboratory techniques and equipment still used in modified forms today. The alchemical concept of the Philosopher's Stone parallels modern scientific pursuits of catalysts and novel materials. Alchemy serves as a metaphor for personal transformation, mirroring the journey of self-discovery and growth. The initial stage involves breaking down existing structures, representing the deconstruction of old beliefs and habits. Purification follows, symbolizing the removal of impurities and the clarification of one's true self. Combining purified elements represents the integration of new insights and the formation of a more complete self. Finally, the creation of something new signifies the emergence of a transformed individual, embodying newfound strength and resilience. The alchemical process serves as a metaphor for societal transformation. The initial stage, nigredo, represents societal decay and chaos, a necessary breakdown before renewal. Albedo, the purification stage, involves cleansing and addressing societal issues through reform and justice. Citrinitas signifies the dawn of understanding and the emergence of new values and perspectives. The final stage, rubedo, represents the integration of new values and the creation of a harmonious, transformed society. Each stage of the alchemical process mirrors the challenges and triumphs inherent in social evolution. The alchemical process serves as a metaphor for spiritual awakening, representing transformation and purification. Nigredo, the first stage, symbolizes the dark night of the soul, a period of despair and confrontation with one's shadow. Albedo, the second stage, represents purification and cleansing, symbolized by the whitening of the substance. Citrinitas, the third stage, signifies the awakening of intuition and the integration of the conscious and unconscious mind. Rubedo, the final stage, represents the achievement of wholeness and spiritual integration, symbolized by the reddening of the substance. Traditional alchemy was limited by its reliance on qualitative observations and subjective interpretations. The absence of standardized measurement tools hindered the reproducibility and verification of alchemic experiments. Alchemic theories often lacked a systematic framework for understanding chemical reactions and elemental composition. The secrecy and esoteric nature of alchemic knowledge restricted its widespread dissemination and collaborative advancement. Traditional alchemies focus on transmutation, and the philosopher's stone diverted attention from practical chemical discoveries. Alchemy's core principles of transformation and purification remain relevant in modern science and technology. The alchemical pursuit of transmutation finds parallels in modern materials, science, and nanotechnology. Alchemical concepts of balance and harmony are echoed in contemporary environmental science and sustainable practices. The alchemists' focus on inner transformation resonates with modern psychology and personal development. Alchemy is an ancient philosophical and proto-scientific tradition aiming to understand the nature of the universe and humanity's place within it. Alchemists sought to transmute base metals into gold, symbolizing spiritual purification and enlightenment. The alchemical process is often viewed as a metaphor for personal transformation and the search for inner perfection. Alchemical symbols and diagrams served as visual keys to understanding complex, philosophical, and spiritual concepts. The pursuit of alchemy reflects a deep-seated human desire to understand the fundamental nature of reality and our place within it. Alchemy represents an ancient tradition focused on the transmutation of base metals into noble metals. Beyond material transformation, alchemy symbolizes a spiritual journey toward enlightenment and inner perfection. Alchemists sought the philosopher's stone, a legendary substance believed to grant immortality and the power of transmutation. The alchemical process involves a series of stages, including purification, dissolution, separation, conjunction, and coagulation. Alchemy integrated elements of philosophy, astrology, and mysticism in its quest for ultimate knowledge. The pursuit of wisdom through alchemy aimed at understanding the fundamental principles governing the universe. Alchemy historically sought to transmute base metals into precious metals, representing a quest for material value creation. Beyond physical transmutation, alchemy embodies the transformation of the valueless into the valuable through knowledge and process. The alchemical process involves understanding and manipulating the fundamental properties of matter to achieve a desired outcome. Modern interpretations of alchemy focus on the psychological and spiritual transformation, creating value through self-improvement. Alchemy's legacy extends to modern chemistry and pharmaceuticals, contributing to the creation of tangible value through scientific advancement. Alchemy historically sought to transmute base metals into noble metals, such as gold, influencing early chemistry and metallurgy. Beyond material transmutation, alchemy explored spiritual transformation, impacting philosophy, psychology, and medicine. Alchemy's pursuit of the elixir of life contributed to the development of early medicinal practices and pharmaceutical knowledge. Alchemical symbolism and processes influenced the development of scientific methodologies and experimental techniques. The integration of alchemical principles into art and literature reflects its profound impact on cultural and intellectual history. Alchemy's legacy extends beyond the pursuit of transmutation, influencing modern chemistry and medicine. Alchemical symbolism and philosophy have profoundly impacted art, literature, and spirituality. The alchemical quest for understanding the fundamental nature of matter laid the groundwork for scientific methodology. Though often shrouded in mysticism, alchemy's emphasis on observation and experimentation was a precursor to the scientific method.